You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome.
Oh, Jeff.
Whoa. To
He's
Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge.
No, you can remember.
I'm Jeff, in case you didn't know, because I never kick these off. But Neal said with 3 seconds to go that it was my turn today, so
Jeffrey.
I had to step up. What's up, guys?
My.
Stepped up.
What a pleasant surprise.
Thanks for wearing pants for once.
Yeah, well, you know.
Gonna put me out of a job introducing the show.
I don't think it's the only thing you do around here, but I could be wrong. So
Now, Neal, did you throw that sweater on over your maroon shirt when you saw Jeff walk in with the same exact maroon shirt?
yeah, there's been a lot of Neal and I dressing alike lately as far as t-shirt colors.
Yeah.
So we must be on some kind
Buy
of
your t-shirts at the same place. I get
wavelength,
it.
you know.
Yeah. We have the same brain waves. We hang brain at the same time. It's all good.
You're what?
Excuse me?
I will say though, Neal is always colder than me, so he has the opportunity to layer. So he always looks really well put together, and I'm just always in a t-shirt.
I'm always cold. You're right. Matt, how are you doing?
I am good. I did not wear my maroon shirt today. It could have been the maroon 4.
Ooh.
I
didn't
know.
get the memo.
I actually have the maroon shirt, too.
Oh, you gotta have the maroon shirt.
I do too. If Matt had it, it would be the Maroon
Then
5.
we would have been maroon 5.
That would have been the Maroon 5. But speaking of our new band member here, we're so excited to welcome him back. Savage Superstar on Patron from Baltimore, Josh Snyder. How are you?
Good. Good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, good to have you back here. We were talking all about local Baltimore news and stuff that we can get into later. But tell us what's been going on in your world and a little bit about yourself.
Not too much. Live here in Baltimore, Maryland, originally from Philadelphia. Wife, 5 kids combo, with a blended family. And I'm a Hillel director at a small liberal arts college here in Baltimore, Goucher College. And doing some trivia. I'm trying to start a Jewish trivia podcast. It's my new thing. But I can talk about that at the end, So
Yeah.
back to that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to talk more about it. But yeah, thanks for being here. You're actually going to be playing today, and you wanted to partner with Ken. So what's the team name going to be for both of you?
So I've been binging a little bit of Arrested Development and watching a little bit of that with my kids. So I asked them to come up with a team name, and they came up with Loose Seal Balls. Just, thought that was a real wholesome kind of thing.
The actress and producer.
Yeah.
We love that name. Jeff, you're a huge Arrested Development fan. So what's our team name and retort?
Yeah,
We had a lot of options since we played a Arrested Development game recently, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do love it. It's possibly my favorite all-time comedy, at least the first 3 seasons. So on that vein,
Don't say vain.
thinking about Tobias Funke and his love for meaty leading man parts, we're going to be the meaty leading man parts.
All right. And I'll partner with
He's
you.
an actor.
Matt, you're going to scorekeep and
taste
color
him right
commentary.
now.
Yes, I don't play favorites, but I don't care for Job.
Well, thank you for doing that. And we need a host, and we're super excited to have our friend Major Data back from Albuquerque, Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going? So I actually, the last time I was in Newport News, so just like as the Air Force typically does, they just ping pong me across the country, and so now I'm in the land of Walter White. And walking down Central every night, I do feel like all of my favorite cast members from Breaking Bad are right there with me, so it's really awesome. But yeah, it's me. I'm actually leveled up now, so I'm Lieutenant Colonel Major Data. So I have a merry band of lieutenants that kind of just follow me around at work all day, and I kind of tell them, hey, go do this and go do that. But we work at Affotech, so we actually do the operational testing for about 100 plus systems under test for the Air Force. So anything from new radars on F-35s to things like JOMIS or DCAPEs that are just basically computer programs that never work. But we're the ones operationally testing them in a relevant environment. So we get to look over the shoulder of people who are like, why the hell does this not work? And then we're like, well, it's because of these 3 reasons. So, but no, I've been loving Albuquerque with my wife, my 2 fur babies, so Juno and Churro. And it's been great seeing balloons. We actually got a hot air balloon ride while we've been out here. We've literally been all over the state. We've seen Carlsbad Caverns. We've seen Guadalupe Mountains. We went down to Big Bend, which is really an underrated national park. But no, it's been great. And my wife is kind of I was going to say my wife is kind of a Cancer, but no, her zodiac is a Cancer. And she tells me all the time, I need to be by water. But now, with this great view that she can just look out the window and see the mountains, she's kind of becoming a little more copacetic. So.
Yeah, awesome. Well, go Topes.
Yeah, I'm sure in no time you're going to be throwing pizzas on roofs and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and we hope that maybe
they're actually selling that house because the lady who lives there, she has 2 elderly parents, and people would just like go over to that house and kind of be in line to see it, and now they're selling it to make it into like a Breaking Bad museum. So come out in the next maybe 2 years, and you can go over there and see all of your
buy some
pizza roofs.
blue rock candy in the gift shop.
Yeah, maybe she'll get some money. That'll be nice.
Thanks, Hermano's chicken.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you for being here. Hopefully, you're tuning the F-35s to have Triviality on the inside for the pilots.
That's most important.
The most important thing. But yeah, Dave's gonna host the game today, and we need a rules read, Ken.
Yes, our good friend from Lord of the Rings, Gollum, is in the studio to provide the rules read today.
All right, let's hear it.
The rules of the game are simple, precious. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. Tricksy questions like, what has it got in its pockets? At halftime, there will be a special swing round designed by this week's nasty sneaking host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. If they answer false, we eat them whole. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the process. I mean crap, the cream of the crap. Gollum.
That was very precious.
Very precious. It's almost like Gollum is here with us, but
It does feel that way.
It does feel that we can't confirm. Feel free to take the game away. I guess it's what are the teams, Matt? Loose seal balls and the meaty leading man parts.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. It's
We're
rock and
very
roll.
mature
Yeah.
for almost 40-year-olds and 40-year-olds in some cases.
Yeah, so the first round is all going to be penis jokes. No. It's actually going to be a secret order. Everyone loves secret orders, right? So secret order for the questions and the categories. I was offering up 5 extra points for guessing that order. If you guys want to up or down that, let me know. But 5 seems pretty fair to me.
Sounds great. Yeah.
All right.
Sweet. All right, you got round 1. Category 1 is hotels and motels. Question reads like this. Also, the name of a hotel chain founded in 1953 by a cast of characters including a former New York Yankees owner and the Tomato King of Chicago. What is the Spanish term for a shelter equipped with a roof and no walls, often seen throughout the Southwest United States? A good example being at the Casa Grande ruins in Arizona. Careful, if you add a letter, you may go hungry for a month.
Well, I think I'm picking up on a hint, but did you have anything jumping out at you?
Not really, except for Spanish. The only thing I can think of is like La Quinta Inn, but
Okay.
I don't know if that really fits the clue here.
Well, like I said, I needed the hint here. When I think of a month-long fast, being hungry for a month, I think of Ramadan. And there's a chain of hotels called the Ramada, correct?
That is very good. Yes, let's go with that.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Well, because in Ramadan, you only fast during daylight hours, so you get to eat at night. So,
Trust me, I'd be hungry for the whole month.
Great poll from them. Yeah.
a friend of mine who's Muslim says you get used to it after a couple days.
I would not.
Well, you just get up at 4 and you eat like 3 meals worth of food,
No.
and then you feel
I'm
sick
sorry,
all
Jeff,
day.
but no.
Yep.
What was your
we
answer?
said La Quinta.
Oh, La Quinta.
Cool. Well, we had a lot of La Quintas in playtesting too, but no, it is Ramada. Great pull. So La Quinta actually means like mansion. It means the fifth, but there was like a famous Mexican hotel called La Quinta that was like a mansion. So that's where that comes from. But yeah, Ramada. So the Tomato King of Chicago reminds me of Ferris Bueller. Abe Groman and the Sausage King of Chicago. So I don't think there's any relation there, but yeah. So the lodging chain founded in '53 by Chicago restaurateur Marion W. Isbell. So there's a lot of Chicago tie-ins with Ramada, surprisingly. And then Del Webb of Phoenix, who owned the New York Yankees and went on to establish his own lodging stay in Highway House in 1956.
Great.
Nice.
Category 2, we're going with trees. So in the subject of trees, the subject of a current trial for its illegal cutting in 2023, what species was the iconic 150-year-old Robin Hood tree that stood in a dramatic gap along Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland, England? The tree was perfectly healthy, not ill or sore. So hopefully this case helps prevent anything like it happening once again.
Neil, if it's not ill or sore, is it a sycamore?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I agree. I hope there's hints on all of these because I don't know the answers. But I sure am silly. So we said sycamore.
There you go. Yeah, Bryan Adams sang so sweetly to the sycamore gap tree during Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It actually was so iconic it had its own Instagram fan base. Its shocking felling in 2023.
Like the Chicago rat hole.
Yeah, exactly. So
All
its
right.
shocking felling in 2023 sparked international outrage, and the trial may set a precedent for crimes against trees. Awesome. All right. Category 3, Fortune 500. Originally, Fortune limited its list to only companies involved in manufacturing, mining, and energy exploration. In 1994, they changed their definition to allow service companies, including stores, retail stores, to be listed, making 3 of the 10 companies on the 1995 list now eligible. What were 2 of those 3 service companies that cracked the list? One is holding very strong in the top 10. Another dropped to 32 in a very crowded and interconnected market. And the third was the oldest on the Fortune 500, being established in 1892, but filed for bankruptcy in 2018. And they won their own auction and kept a few hundred stores open.
All right, they're locked in, Jeff. So we're looking for probably some pretty famous stores. I was thinking Walmart, but you said maybe Sears for the bankruptcy one?
Possibly. I'm thinking, Sears and Roebuck was around for a long time. I know you could like mail order houses back in like the 30s, right? So,
Yeah.
And cocaine.
And they are,
cocaine.
of course, the namesake of our favorite Chicago Tower.
Right.
Still.
But I like Sears. I mean, I don't know if there's a clue there about holding very strong, but I feel like Walmart's got to be in the top 10,
And
right?
I was wondering too, Microsoft has got to be up there, and I don't know.
Oh,
if they
maybe
were up there that early, or-
interconnected, maybe. That makes sense. We could do Microsoft instead of Walmart.
So Microsoft and Sears.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, what were you thinking?
All right, so Sears, I think, is right. The crowded and interconnected, though, I was thinking a little bit underneath the city, and was thinking about Subway.
Oh.
Cool. Well, you guys are reading a lot more into these clues than I intended, so I apologize. But yeah, so the answers are they were all set. Actually, the middle one wasn't said. So Walmart was one of them. So that's holding very strong because it's literally number 1 on the Fortune 500. You've got the interconnected and crowded market because there's other things like T-Mobile, Other things like
AT&T.
Yeah, there you go. AT&T is the answer, and then Sears Tower, Willis Tower. The Sears Robot Company is that third one. So AT&T and Sears rounded out the new era trio in '95 when a landline and a wish book were still hot commodities. So get your cocaine.
Phone books are still good for beating information out of people, I'll tell you that. Still don't leave a mark.
All right. I have confidence in you guys for this one. Number 4 category is The Crown. Emma Corwin, who won a Golden Globe portraying Princess Diana on The Crown in season 4, went on to portray Cassandra Nova in what 2024 smash-up film? Fun fact, Nova is a parasitic life form that was originally killed by their twin while still in the womb.
Well, we're locked in. I'll let you guys talk.
Go ahead, Josh. What were you thinking?
This is the only MCU film released last year. It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right.
Yeah, we agree.
There you go. I know this would play easy with you guys, so I appreciate that. Deadpool and Wolverine, 100%. Emma Corwin followed up their award-winning turn as Princess Diana by playing Cassandra Nova, a parasitic mutant twin to Professor X. The character was formed in the womb from Charles Xavier's own DNA. Now we got round 1, question 5. Category is weddings. It goes like this. In 1991, which actress married for the final time and wed construction worker Larry Fortensky in a $1.5 million ceremony at Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch in front of guests like Macaulay Culkin and Eddie Murphy?
So Lana Del Rey, right?
I got this one too.
Okay, great.
I'm just the name sounds really familiar. I'm playing on game theory, or not game theory, but just pop culture theory, I guess. But Last Husband makes me think they had a lot of husbands, and Elizabeth Taylor was a really good friend of Michael Jackson. So, you cool with going with Elizabeth Taylor?
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah, I remember a friend doing like a whole performance of singing her whole name, like as if, with all of the different last names of the people that she'd married, and it ended with Fortensky. So, yeah, Elizabeth Taylor.
Great.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Good job, guys. I knew that would also play pretty good. Fun fact, she married Richard Burton twice. So it was her, she actually had 7 husbands in total, not 8. So.
Got to hear that song. It's like the Planet song, but for Elizabeth Taylor's husbands.
Yeah, I didn't see that episode of Animaniacs. So we are after 5 questions here. Lucille's balls, 40 points. Meaty leading men parts. It's tough to say. 30 points. It is anyone's game.
Does anyone have any tickling in their nether regions for what the
I don't have a tickling.
the categories might be? Anyone
I don't have a
tick.
I don't have a tickling, and if I did, it wouldn't be over trivia questions.
All right, cool. We got round number 1, question number 6. Category is poetry. The oldest romantic poem in history was written around 2030 BC and titled Bridegroom, Spend the Night in Our House Till Dawn. It was written for an annual event called a sacred marriage where the king Shu Sin would marry a goddess represented in real life by a priestess. I'm wondering if you know Shu Sin was king of what 2-letter Mesopotamian Sumerian dynasty that millennials and Gen Zers may type every day.
Locked in. Mostly because I'm all on the Gen Z slang. And not because I know ancient kingdoms and also was researching them recently for a question in an upcoming game I wrote.
I would go from the opposite angle, though, because even though I do hang out with Gen Zers going to college every day, this slang is too cool for me. And I'm pretty sure this is Ur.
Great.
You are. It's the only 2-letter city I can think of in Sumeria.
Are the kids using that? Jeff?
Well,
tell us.
You are right. We said
Yeah, you're definitely right. The poem dedicated to King Su Shin is considered the world's oldest known love poem to Justin Tucker. No, written over 4,000 years ago. Ur was one of the most important Sumerian city-states in ancient Mesopotamia. These days, we mostly use Ur as shorthanded text, but that it was the center of spiritual and political life. Round 1, question 7, endangered animals. The bakita, the smallest of the cetaceans, is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List and on the brink of extinction. It also has the smallest range of any cetacean, living in the extreme northern edge of what North American stately body of water, also known as the Vermilion Sea or Sea of Cortez.
Yeah, we can lock in, Neil.
Okay.
Sure.
This is geography, so that's Jeff's specialty. So I'm guessing it's probably a Mexican Sea. Do you agree? So do you know the states of Mexico and if any of them have a sea named after them?
Oh, it's not the Gulf of America.
No, definitely not.
My map
That
doesn't
is
say
where
that,
El
weirdly.
Grande Americano is from.
I don't know. Wow, I really was thinking of north of Canada, but that makes a lot more sense with what you're saying. Vermilion is, what color is vermilion? I always forget. Is that like red, green, red, something like that? Is anything? See.
I want out of this question.
Okay. Veracruz is one that I'm thinking of as a state.
That could be something.
Baja, I don't know. Chihuahua.
I like Baja. Let's say Baja.
Chihuahua is an excellent cheese. We think you're very close with Baja. We think it is the Sea of California, which is where you get Baja, California from.
Yeah, I think that's close enough, right? Close enough for government work. So it's Gulf of California.
Oh, Gulf of California,
Gulf
right.
of California, right? So, so the vaquita is the world's
I'll allow
smallest. The smallest porpoise, we all have small porpoises in life, reaching only about 5 feet in length, and is also the most endangered. Fewer than 10 are believed to remain in the world. Its only known habitat is the northern Gulf of California, also known as Sea of Cortez, a marine biodiversity hotspot.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Protect your porpoise.
All right, we have question 8, boy bands. So Matt and Jeff's favorite category.
Neil's locked in.
British
guarantee
boy
it.
band 5 and Irish boy band and teen idols Westlife were signed and managed by what music producer who also at the time produced novelty albums for the Power Rangers and World Wrestling Federation before going on to find his special something?
Is this a secret Matt question? You got Power Rangers and wrestling?
Oh, I know this.
We're locked in.
Neil definitely knows this.
Yeah, this is their bag, Josh. All right, so I think the special something is definitely a hint here.
Yes. I wish I knew what it was, but
All right, so the impression I'm getting here is that we're looking for maybe a comedy musician, maybe a British comedy musician, because we're talking about novelty albums, but I really don't have too much. So whatever you think, Josh.
Kellogg's, they produce Special K. That's special.
Great.
Yeah, we just wanted to originally go with Simon Cowell, but we said Guy Chambers.
Well, your first inkling
Yeah,
because of the
why'd you
teen
go away from
idols.
Simon?
And his special something is his X Factor. That is Simon Cowell. Yeah.
That was
and
all Jeff.
He is a joke, so I was on to something.
Wait, I was right. I had Simon Cowell.
You were right, yeah.
You
no.
were right. Keep it simple, stupid kind of thing here.
I know.
But before launching American Idol, Simon Cowell worked behind the scenes producing novelty albums for the Power Rangers and WWF. He signed major boy bands, Westlife and Five, and later helped form One Direction. His label Psycho has sold over 200 million records worldwide. All right, so question 9. It's in the category of cosplay. In 1877, which author threw a massive costume ball where guests dressed as his fictional characters, making it an early example of cosplay? This author's most famous collection of novels started with Cinq Semaines en Ballon, 5 Weeks in a Balloon, and ended with L'Invasion de la Mer, Invasion of the Sea, 42 years later.
Yeah, I don't know how many books this person wrote. I mean, it's a name that makes sense for us.
All right. Well, Josh, my initial thought, and it's only because I would like to dress up like these characters probably the most, is Jules Verne.
That was my thought too. Yeah,
that seems right.
It's just because I know,
in 80 days or whatever it is. And
I know that in 1885, Doc Brown named his kids Jules and Verne, so that's around the same time period.
Yeah. So we're gonna say Jules Verne.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jeff's favorite Jules is one who eats a Royale with cheese. We weren't on that track. We just kind of stuck on the French, and we said Victor Hugo, but we don't think he wrote any of those books. But
nope, it definitely was Jules Verne. So yeah, 5 Weeks in a Balloon kind of calls Around the World in 80 Days, and then the Invasion of the Sea. That's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Basically, he just copied his own work, so that's exciting. But yeah. This derivative drivel, Cool. All right. Question number 10 is in international foods. The question reads, originating from Spain and named after a breed of Iberian sheep known for their long, ridged horns. What fried dessert shares its name with that species due to its similar shape and texture?
Neal was locked in before he even knew it was a baking question.
no, I think I locked in on what the theme is. But
He's just a pastry man.
okay, we have a lock in for the theme, but I think I'm locked in for the dessert.
Okay. How are you feeling about this?
I got nothing here, Ken. You got anything
maybe
here?
a crawler.
Ooh,
That's my best guess. I don't think it's right. It doesn't sound Spanish, but I don't really know too many Spanish language desserts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with crawler. That's about as good as I'm going to get to right now.
Mr. Crawler.
The only one I can think of does kind of look like a ridged horn.
That's where I was at.
We said the churro.
Oh, man.
There you
That was
go.
even named earlier in the episode.
Yep. So the Navajo churro, or churro for short, is a breed of domestic sheep originated with the Spanish churra sheep obtained by the Diné around the 16th century during the Spanish conquest. So yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to hide my dog's name in this episode, and then you had to name what my dog was. And I'm like, is my dog Elizabeth Taylor? Is it Simon Cowell?
It's a great name for a dog.
Yeah. No, it's actually churro. So that's the
Now,
answer.
as for the theme, I'm not seeing much at all here. But Neal had a good thought, so maybe he can tell us what it is for 5 points.
I think the theme is the floor.
That's exactly right. It's actually, the theme is Rob Lowe. No, the theme is the final episode of season 3 of The Floor, which Neal almost made it to, the final episode of season 2, but, just that close. So, but yeah.
Well,
5 extra
international
points.
foods lasted forever. No one wanted to do it. So
No, exactly. Well, they brought it back, right? They didn't
Yeah.
actually use it in season 1, I think. And then when they changed their format in season 2 and 3 to have a best of 3 for the last matchup, that's when international foods popped up in that third one.
I know some exclusive changes for season 4 and 5, but I can't talk about.
Oh, look at you getting the insider information. That takes us to the end of round 1. Lucille's balls. Getting 60 points, so not too bad there. And the meaty leading man parts, which I am struggling to say for the third time today, have 65 points and are in a slight lead going into the swing round.
Before we figure out what the swing round is today, and if there is another theme, we will find out soon. If you'd like to join us over at Patreon, you can help grow the show with both of our guests today by going to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. There we have a ton of bonus content where we get a little unhinged. Each of us writes games. There's the crop drop. You can hear us answer questions from everyone in the community. Or if you like, just listen to these ads never again, because all of our episodes are ad-free over there. So if you'd like to join us over at Patreon, You can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast and help support the show today.
All right, what do we have for the swing round today?
All right, well, the first round was all about the floor. So the swing round is simply going to be famous floors. So I give you some facts about famous floors, and you answer the question. All right, swing round number 1. The world's largest building by floor area is in Russia, building Lada cars. What Renault sister brand make it sound like the floor might be in Austin, where they make bad trucks and wear unfunctional footwear thanks to a viral pop country song? Number 2, the second largest floor space building is the New Century Global Center in Chengdu. What endangered animals bred in large numbers on the city's grounds? Number 3, Terminal 3, one of the world's largest airport terminal floors, belongs to what city? Home to United, Air Canada, and of course, Emirates departures. Number 4, one of the most expensive buildings by floor value, the Clock Tower complex in Saudi Arabia, overlooks which holy site? Number 5, the Alsmeer Dutch Flower Auction building has over 5 million square feet of floor space. In a Dutch auction, what's reversed compared to standard auctions? Number 6, one of the world's largest casino floors is in Macau and mimics a Las Vegas casino. What is this casino that is sitting on reclaimed land using 1,500 pilings, much like the city that it is themed after sits on 118 separate islands? Number 7, the Pentagon comes in at 6.6 million square feet, making it the second largest office building in the world. The Pentagon's office floor system includes how many main floors and how many concentric rings per floor? Number 8, what is the name of the main area of the Air Force Academy where noon meal formation is held? This area's Italian name, featuring 2 double letters, is a common tiling technique for floors as seen in Art Deco buildings and comes from a root meaning earth or land. Number 9, what type of mosaic wood flooring comes from a French word meaning little compartment? And number 10, Enrico Fermi built the first nuclear reactor under a floor at the University of Chicago used for what sport, which is making its Olympic debut in LA in 2028.
Great. We have the questions. We will see how many of these we can come up with after this break.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar. Zero patience for slow walkers. Those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night. Have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
And we are back. Excited to find out what the answers are for this swing round. Go ahead, take it away with the questions one more time, and we'll give our answers.
All right, so the world's largest building in floor area is building Lada cars. What is the sister car brand that sounds like they actually might be in Austin due to bad trucks and unfunctional footwear?
We don't know. The only Russian car brand I know is that's not Lada is Moscovich. So that's what we said.
Yeah, we went with Opel. It just seemed like a European brand. I have no idea what the relation with the song is, but yeah.
Gotcha. So there's a pop country song called Austin from a singer named Dasha. And
it was Dacia.
And it is Dacia. So Yeah, I think the subtitle of that song is something about, bad boots or something. So there you go.
It is a country
telling Neil, I
song.
was like, the only Renault associated brands I know are Dacia and Alpine. I was like, but I don't know if he's asking for the French brand.
That one hit right in the Alpine, I'll tell you that.
All right, number 2, the second largest floor space is New Century Global Center in Chengdu. What is the endangered animal that is bred in large numbers, respectively? Large meaning larger than typically in the city's grounds.
We thought maybe pangolins.
Show me panda. We have no idea.
It is giant panda. So Chengdu is panda paradise. It's home to the world's largest panda breeding facility and a major center for conservation. The panda is so iconic in China that it's not just a national symbol, it's a diplomatic one too, with panda diplomacy dating back to the Tang dynasty. And I think I threw one of the teams off by saying, large numbers, but they do breed 50 a year, I believe, so kind of large compared to the 2 at the DC Zoo.
Yeah.
I think
That's like Phillip Rivers stats right there, man.
Him and Antonio Cromartie.
and
Sean Kemp.
All right, number 3, Terminal 3, one of the world's largest airport terminal floors, belongs to what city, home of a few and Emirates?
We kind of guessed based on Emirates, Dubai.
That's what we guessed.
Dubai it is. And the International Airport's Terminal 3 is so large, it has its own metro stop. Emirates Airlines basically owns the terminal. It was built specifically for their massive Airbus 380 fleet. All right, number 4, one of the most expensive buildings by floor value, the Clock Tower complex in Saudi Arabia, overlooks which holy site?
Well, we figured it was in Mecca. I remembered the holy site began with a K, and Josh finished it off by saying Kaaba.
Yep, we agree. We said the Kaaba.
Yep, it overlooks the Masjid al-Haram, home of the Kaaba, Islam's holiest site. Good job, everyone.
I must say, photos of that clock tower. The clock itself is so large, it makes me uncomfortable.
Largest clock face in the world, for sure. All right, the Alsmeer Dutch flower auction basically has a ton of square footage. In a Dutch auction, much like a Dutch boy, what's reversed compared to the standard auctions?
Josh, I just had a thought. Can I do an audible?
Oh, please.
The people sell their items and match it to a price that's listed.
Oh, I like that.
We said something similar. Instead of bidding up the price, they bid down the price. We don't know.
Yeah, and they actually said that too, but they didn't go with it, and that is the correct answer. Price starts high and works itself down. So Dutch auctions are upside down auctions. They basically start at a high price, tick downward until someone says sold. The method is super efficient, especially when auctioning millions of flowers per day like they do in Alsmeer.
Well, I don't understand how that works at all, but maybe Matt can explain it after the podcast. After the podcast, Matt. After the podcast.
Okay.
All the Dutch boys have their own fleet of bikes to get around in that auction house. So. Number 6, one of the world's largest casino floors is in Macau, and it mimics a Vegas casino that is themed on a city that is on 118 separate islands.
We said the Venetian.
Yeah, we said it would be Venice, the Venetian.
Perfect. The Venetian Macau is nearly identical to the Las Vegas sibling, but even bigger, including the world's largest casino floor. So a lot of losers in there for sure. All right, so number 7. Number 7 and 8, very close to my heart and my career. So I spent 5 years at the Pentagon, and then, of course, I went to the Academy for 4 years of my painstaking life. But, so the Pentagon comes in as the second largest office building in the world. The first is that Indian diamond bourse. So we lost out to a diamond bourse. The Pentagon's office floor system includes how many main floors and how many concentric rings?
Well, now that you said that, I think about the numbers. We just kind of went with simple. We were like, well, it's a Pentagon, so 5 sides, 5 floors, and 3 rings. I mostly, if I haven't been in there, I had the security clearance, but I went in there in the Fallout 3 game, and I think it was like that. So it must be like that in real life.
Yeah, I think everything's 5 there. I think it's 5 floors, 5 sides, 5 rings.
Maroon 5 guys.
There you go. 5 guys it is. 5 sides, 5 floors, 5 concentric rings, labeled A through E, hot and ready for when you need it. But each floor has 17 miles of corridor. The whole place was built in just 16 months on a swamp. And hopefully that swamp grows again and everyone falls into it. Thank you. All right, number 8. What is the name of the main area of the Air Force Academy, affectionately known as USAFA? When noon meal formation is held, it's got an Italian name.
We came up with terracotta just because it fit all the clues here. So hoping that's it.
Similar to that, and I know it's a type of flooring. We said terrazzo.
Yep, the terrazzo, as we called it, at the Academy is a massive outdoor courtyard where cadets march in tight formation before lunch. And it comes from terrace, which comes from, terra, which is earth. It's popular flooring style made from chips of marble or granite. All right, number 9, for all you basketball fans out here. What type of mosaic wood flooring comes from a French word meaning little compartment?
We said parquet.
So did we. We guessed parquet.
Very good, gentlemen. So parquet comes from a small enclosed space or compartment. It became popular in the Palace of Versailles, in the 1600s. And it's as likely to be found under LeBron James as under Louis XIV.
I tried playing on it, but the melted butter stuff was just not very good.
That sounds fun, actually. Yeah. All right, number 10. Enrico Fermi built the first nuclear reactor under a floor at the University of Chicago. Go Stags, used for what sport? Actually, go Maroons, I guess. Which is making its Olympic debut in L.A.
We're kind of guessing here. Knew some other sports that were coming in that mostly seemed like were played on fields, but kind of guessed squash.
Pretty sure reactor pile 1 was under Stag Field, which was used for football. And Neal said specifically, I think flag football was what's coming to the Olympics.
I think both teams gets points here. So the first nuclear reactor in 1942 underneath the University of Chicago's old Stag Field squash courts. So basically, they converted the Stag Field after the Maroons stopped playing in 1939, and they turned them into squash courts, but really it's a reclaimed football field.
All right. Well, that concludes the swing round. And like a Dutch auction, I'm going to start with the high numbers here. Meaty leading man parts, 110 points, getting 9 right. Really crushing that swing round there. Loose seals balls, a little bit of catching up to do, adding 25 points to their score, bringing them to 85 points. But like I always say, anyone's game.
We do enjoy when the meaty leading man parts are out in front of Lucille's balls. So.
Jeff, I'm going to buy a spray bottle that I keep next to myself, and every time you say something out of turn, I'm just going to spray you with it. Like a cat.
Not going to work.
That'd be a good 5th member Triviality, spray bottle.
I might actually be even more unhinged because then I'll be hydrated for once.
It's your live cutting bottle. Just
you're
spray
always
it
hot in here. You're looking for a cool down. All right. Well, we're looking to cool down in the second round here.
Well, I'm hoping you're looking to cool up because this is all about Lindsey Buckingham and the Go-Go's favorite thing to do, go on summer vacation. And I know that this will probably be released somewhere in summer vacation time frame. So, yeah, this is one big summer vacation. So, Question number 1 of round 2. Category is Let's Go to Micronesia. The question is, Challenger Deep and the Marianas Trench lie south-southwest of what U.S. territorial island making Mount Lam Lam the island's highest point by some measurements, the tallest mountain in the world.
All right, so the studio team is in here, Josh. So what do we know about this?
Mount Lam Lam, Mount Bam Bam. Okay, the only two things that are coming to mind are either American Samoa, and I'm not sure if that's one island.
That was jumping out to me.
Yeah, or Guam. So what are you thinking, Ken?
Well, those are my two guesses, but American Samoa came in first, so let's go with that.
Yeah, we didn't think we were gonna give the yeet to Jay or yeet, but we went the opposite way. I wrote down Guam, and Jeff said you're right.
Yeah, they have a huge military presence there, and I think based on Dave's background, I think it's a good guess.
That is 100% right. I just got back from Guam about 2 weeks ago, and so I was able to go to Mount Lam Lam. I got to go to, stay right there on Tumon Beach. Anderson Air Force Base is up in the northeast. There's lots of old Japanese and American battle sites from World War II, and I got to see a bunch of sharks while not really scuba diving, but snorkeling. I got to see Ray Charles, and then I got to see a bunch of turtles. So it's a beautiful place to visit. It's the closest landmass to Challenger Deep, deepest point in the Earth's ocean, basically making it a rooftop of a skyscraper that goes down instead of up. All right, category 2 is let's go to a defunct national park. While most know that the first national park was Yellowstone, what fudgy and peachy island park in a state with only national seashores and lots of lighthouses was the second national park established in 1875, but sadly disestablished by 1895?
I don't know anything about fudgy and peachy parks, island parks. Is it somewhere in Rhode Island? I'm just trying to think of where there's a lot of lighthouses.
I feel like there's
Massachusetts.
There's a lot of lighthouses in Michigan.
Okay. It's not the dunes. So.
No.
Well, I have no idea.
I mean, Mackinac Island is known for fudge, but I don't. Maybe that was a national park.
Yeah, let's just go with Mackinac.
What were you thinking, Josh?
Well, now that I see island, I'm even like, no, I don't think it's right. I was thinking Maine. Bar Harbor was coming to mind. I'm like, is there a dessert called the Bar Harbor that's made with like chocolate and peaches?
Maybe.
That would be delicious. And
Sounds
I like
good.
that if it's not defunct.
All right, what do we got?
So Bahaba is actually home of Acadia National Park, so incorrect, unfortunately. But yeah, there's a famous Seinfeld scene about Mackinac peaches. Yeah, it is Mackinac Island. It's actually now a state park famous for its ban on cars. You can only get around by horse, bike, or foot. Oh, and it's also a fudge lover's paradise. Tourists are affectionately called fudgies.
Yeah, don't call me that ever.
My parents went there for a vacation once.
Bunch of fudgies.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fudgies.
It's like Green Bay fans.
No, there's an ice cream brand that makes Mackinac Island fudge ice cream, and I'm a big fan. So
you're a fudgy.
And also I have several photos of Michigan lighthouses hanging up in my home. So
it's a real fudgy.
Real fudgy.
Yeah, big fudge.
All right, we got question number 3. Let's not go here. What 413-acre Think Small island with a specific use that you may hear a lot on Law & Order SVU is directly north of LaGuardia Airport? No, it's not the one with the movie with Coleman Domingo.
Locked in.
Yep.
Is that Rikers? Rikers Island?
That sounds good.
Oh, no. The movie with Coleman Domingo is Sing Sing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Sing Sing.
Yep.
Bump, bump. Neal, you know everything there is to know about Law & Order, which is great because you have an upcoming book about that very topic.
Yeah. I can't remember if I put this in the book or not, but yeah, we said Sing Sing. We agree.
So it's not the one with the movie with Coleman Domingo.
It's Rikers.
Sing Sing.
So Rikers.
It's Rikers Island.
Oh, it's not the one. We didn't read that part. Yes, Rikers.
Oh, we got thrown. Oh, man.
Sorry.
I didn't see the not. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's our
Rikers
bad,
Island is also one of the world's.
I guess no points.
World's largest and
Anybody.
most notorious jail complexes, housing around 6,000 inmates at any given time. It's
Closed
actually
now.
part of the Bronx, technically, but it's only accessible by a bridge from Queens.
Rikers.
All right.
We got to stop going with
All
our
right.
gut, Ken. I think we got to
Do the
I
opposite.
think we need to take a
Try
probiotic
that.
on
Yeah.
our side too.
right. Do the follow George and do the opposite. Start with the bids high and end up low. Yeah.
Right?
All right, round 2, question 4. Let's start a riot. Effigy Mounds National Monument sits on the Mississippi in a small Iowa town that shares its name with what historic park town about 750 miles southeast, where 3 states meet at the junction of 2 major rivers. Both towns have nearly identical populations in the 260s, drop their apostrophes, and the southeastern one appears in Fallout 76 and Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
We'll lock in to let the boys go against their gut and go George Costanza.
And I have no idea on this.
Dropping their apostrophes like something.
Like something's crossing, Miller's
Yeah.
crossing.
That's actually a pretty good answer, as much as there's any.
Let's go with it.
Yeah, why the heck not?
That's
Is
the
that your gut or is it not
That's-
your gut? Because
That's
I
the
want to make
George
sure it's.
gut. That's the George.
I want to make
gut.
sure it's coming from a different place. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Jeff, what did we go with?
Well, I figured it out, but it was after we let them talk. So, we didn't have an answer, Neil.
We said Deadwood. You.
Jeez.
Well, Jeff, what did you figure out?
I think this is Harper's Ferry.
Damn it.
Both Harper's Ferry, Iowa and Harper's Ferry, West Virginia ditched their apostrophes thanks to federal naming convention, but that's where the similarities end. Unless you count identical population hovering in the 260s, the West Virginia version is steeped in Civil War history and sits dramatically on the confluence of the Potomac and the Shenandoah, where Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia all meet. Oh, and in case you missed it, Harper's Ferry is now apparently ground zero for Virtual Warfare 2, thanks to Fallout 76 and Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
It's only 20 minutes from here. Oh, man.
All right. Number 5 is Let's Get Disappointed. What famous sculpture by Gutzon Borglum and National Monument near Wind Cave National Park is officially called the Shrine of Democracy, but is more commonly known by the name of the New York banker who once visited the area?
That's all it took.
Do you know this?
No, I just like the questions.
Oh. I can't. You were like, that's all it took. I was like, okay, good. Then Neil knows it.
I can't stress enough how happy I am to not be playing this game. This is all.
I think I might have this one, Ken. I hope so. I hope.
Oh, wonderful. Love
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so they're locked in, Jeff. We're looking for the name of a New York banker, probably, because that's what this park is named after. So there's got to be what's a famous New York banker? J.P. Morgan Chase,
I would
Chase.
think J.P. Morgan, right?
Yes, J.P. Morgan. So
I mean, J.P. Morgan, yeah. The Shrine of Democracy. What famous sculpture by? Is Borglum the one who did? Did he?
Borglum is when I don't take my acid reflux medicine. Borglum.
Is he the one who did the Mount Rushmore?
There's more than one guy.
I do love that you asked Neil that if he's going to be like, yes, that is exactly
Right.
That I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. I just want to say Borglum as much as I can, but that's all I got for you.
Because could Rushmore be a New York banker?
Yeah, why not?
So let's guess Mount Rushmore.
Okay, I mean, it makes sense. Mount Rushmore, Shrine of Democracy, presidents, yeah.
All right. Well, we used our guts on this one, and I think we came up with the same answer. Yeah, Mount Rushmore.
Very nice. I love it. So Mount Rushmore got its name from a New York lawyer, Charles Rushmore, who was visiting the area to check on mining claims. Its original sculptor, Gutzon Borglum, left unfinished business. The mountain was supposed to feature full torsos and a hall of records inside the mountain.
Yeah, if you go
In
to
Richie Rich's vault.
if you go to Mount Rushmore, they show you the sculpture, and it's supposed to go like all the way to waist down. So it's particularly funny when you get there. My favorite part
It
is
just stops at the end of the presidential penis.
right. They didn't clean up any of the debris. So like one of the things you notice the most when you get there is just like all the blastings are just laying around.
Well,
I think
sometimes they're in the Oval Office, sometimes they're on the ground.
I think it's called the official phallus. So,
the official phallus.
yeah.
All right. Well, Lucille Ball's getting on the board in the second half, adding 10 points with that last question there, bringing their total to 95 points. The Meaty Men just piling it on, adding 30 points. They are up to 140 as we hit the back half of the second round.
All right, we got some heavy lifting here, Josh. Let's do it.
Yep.
And much like the Air Force told me, let's go out west. Which brief U.S. territory lasting from 1859 to 1861 with Denver and Golden as its capitals was named for a Virginia-born president whose legacy includes shaping new frontiers on paper more than in person?
All right, we're going to just lock in with a guess.
All right, Josh. So I believe in addition to Washington, Jefferson was from Virginia too, right?
Yeah.
And he was responsible for the Louisiana Purchase under his presidency. So that's a good way to explore new frontiers. So
yeah, and he didn't go out there. He just bought it. So that sort of makes sense to me too.
Let's go with Jefferson then.
Yep.
We too said Thomas Jefferson.
Well, you guys both are right. Awesome job. So the Virginia presidents, Washington, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, William Henry Harrison, R.I.P., John Tyler, Zachary Taylor, and the great Woodrow Wilson. And you can actually go and see all of their old, decrepit, rotting heads down in the northern neck of Virginia in this basically graveyard of basically presidential busts that they had for a Williamsburg museum, and then they went bankrupt, so then they just put them in a field.
Huh. I like how you said R.I.P. for Harrison. Like,
and they're all dead.
The others are still secretly alive with rotting heads in a field somewhere.
They're in Guam with Ray Charles, according to Dave. So.
Yeah,
I know.
All right, number 7, just like Huey Lewis in the news, let's go back in time. What 2 defunct countries that are now split into other countries, 7 and 15 a pop, were in the first UEFA European Championship football final in 1960?
USSR has got to be the 15, right? And then...
Yeah, I think so.
And then 7, this is what I always mix up, like Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia. I think Yugoslavia is the one.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia branched off of Yugoslavia. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, too.
Yeah, I think Czechoslovakia is only like 2, like Czech and Slovakia or whatever. So it's, I think, Yugoslavia and the USSR.
We agree. We said USSR and Yugoslavia.
That's 100% correct again. You guys are killing it. So in 1960, the USSR beat Yugoslavia 2-1 in the first ever UEFA Euro final. The final was played in Paris, and the Soviet goalkeeper Lev Yashin, nicknamed the Black Spider, is still considered one of the greatest of all time.
I've got a poster of the Black Spider on my wall, actually.
I have a poster.
Big fan.
He's in the Ronaldo book. I put him in there as an example of a great goalie.
I have a different life-size Black Widow hanging up in my
Slightly different spider, yeah.
All right, number 8. Much like me again, let's get wasted in New Mexico. If you take the name of one of the first clear Elko Pops produced by Coors in 1993 as an alternative to beer and remove a letter, you get the name of which group of people that created the sun symbol on the New Mexico state flag. What are those 2 answers?
Yeah, all right, well, we're going to lock in.
Okay, Neal was quick on that one. I know he was a big fan of Zima back in the day.
Yeah. So what's your guess here? Zia,
Zim, Ema, and that's kind of it.
I don't know. Yeah, unless you're going to go backwards. Is there Hopic? Is that something, or Choppy or something, or Navajo's was the?
Pretty sure Zima's right for the one. So I think we should say Zima and Zia.
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
What did we do, Neil?
Yeah, we also said Zima, but we went with Ema and took out the Z.
Well, one of you guys are right. So Zima was marketed as a clear, citrusy alternative beer. It's supposedly derived from the Slavic word for winter. Remove the M and you get Zia. The tribe.
Yeah, take that.
Okay, so
sacred
that was
sun
worth
symbol appears on the New Mexico state flag. That symbol is also a design element on license plates, tattoos, and basically every souvenir mug in Santa Fe.
I'm going to put this out there. New Mexico has the best state flag. Okay. It just does.
Matt, what was the thing that we used to do? People would give you the, was it the Smirnoff Ice? What was it called? When you had to do that challenge or whatever? Do you remember?
Smirnoff Ice Bucket Challenge?
I don't.
You're gonna get iced?
I don't remember. You
had to go on your knee and chug it. Okay. I thought Matt would know that.
No, Matt never did that.
Matt's never had alcohol. Ever.
Edward 40 Hands was the extent of my drinking games.
When Matt would go to a party back in the day, he would just have one scotch, sip it for the evening.
I'd have a lot more respect for him. He's in the corner just telling people about T.S. Eliot or something, drinking some scotch. Give me 2 fingers, please.
That's better than Edward Meaty Man Parts Hands.
Yeah,
I'm not going to touch that one.
None of that's great. None of it's good.
All right, number 9. Let's eat part of a cactus with Jessica Simpson. What is the fishy name of the pinkish fruit of the prickly pear cactus? Bumblebees may be attracted to it, and no, I'm not looking for prickly pear.
We're going to lock in?
All right. I'm seeing a lot of tuna references here, but could it just be tuna?
I mean, that kind of would make sense. That sounds weird to me. I don't know if it's the same fruit that's like the sabra, which is in Israel. It's a similar kind of cactus fruit. So you can always go that way.
There's so many tuna references.
I know.
You mean like fishy and bumblebee?
But they already said chicken out loud, right? Just chicken. Could it be called the chicken of the sea? Like, that would be very strange.
Big tuna.
Is there another? Bumbles may be attracted because of the flower. Is there a flower part of it? No,
Josh, we've been killing ourselves all game here. I think we just got to say tuna and let it ride.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. I don't know what the answer should be. Okay, yeah, but you're right. All right.
So I saw Bumblebee, and I used to...
Which is your brand of tuna. We know.
All right. And he said Jessica Simpson, which wasn't mentioned in the question, which led me to, obviously, the chicken of the sea, tuna. But I just wanted to mention...
Was that Sun-Kissed? No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, it was tuna. But the song by Mephistopheles, I used to listen to all the time, the Bumblebee, Bumblebee. You ever hear that song? Ska song?
No.
Mephistopheles? No?
Yes.
Anyway, I would sing Bumblebee, tuna. But anyway, we said tuna.
There you go. Got to keep it, you can't tune a piano, but whatever that joke is. All right, so in Spanish, tuna is the name for the edible fruit of the prickly pear cactus, sweet, seedy, and often magenta colored. You'll see them everywhere in Mexican and southwestern cuisine, especially in agua fresca and jams. Bumblebees and bats both love the flowers before the fruit forms. Jessica Simpson, not so much. All right. And number 10, let's get lost in translation. And this has a few parts, so pay attention. All right. You speak Portuguese. You try to book a flight to a Mediterranean country formerly known in English by a name that is also an avian homograph. That country was home to one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. As a result of the translation confusion, you would book a flight to a country that borders the largest Portuguese-speaking nation in the world, but doesn't actually speak Portuguese. Its primary languages are Spanish, Quechua, and Aymara. Where do you end up?
All right, so after all that, I think we're probably picking a country that borders Brazil.
Yeah.
So what do you want to go with?
The only country I've been to in South America that sort of makes sense maybe is like Bolivia. And it's Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname. I'm just trying to think what else is near Brazil. But anything that would somehow have like translation error to like Cyprus or Malta. I'm not really sure where those other ones are.
Yeah, it's strange.
Mediterranean.
Let's go with Bolivia.
Okay, so I know the first part, right? The country that was formerly known in English by an avian homograph is the country now known as Turkey. Turkey. Right, that would be the avian homograph. Now, how do I know where that ends up? I don't, but I'm pretty sure that Argentina is a fair guess. Touches Brazil, so we guessed Argentina.
You guys are on the right continent, so nice job.
Good job, guys.
So a homograph is actually a word spelled identical, but it could have a separate way of saying it, or it could be the same way of saying it. In this case, turkey, avian, it's a bird. Mausoleum of Halicarnassus is there. So actually, if you take the Portuguese translation of the English word turkey, meaning bird, you get Peru. And it's kind of funny because the Peruvian etymology has nothing to do with a bird or any of that. It's not Portuguese. And a folk etymology is that when the Spanish explorers came across the Incans, basically the Spanish explorers were like, where the hell are we? And Peru in Quechua is what? So then they were like, what did you say? So then they were like, oh, we're in Peru.
I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid and just start calling the countries by what they call themselves.
All right, after the second round, Lucille's Balls coming in strong at the end, adding 40 points, bringing their total to 135. So they're within shouting distance of the meaty man parts, who have 175.
Before we hear those categories for the final round, I just wanted to mention that Josh and our illustrious host here are both patrons. So if you'd like to join them in supporting the show, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. We've had the privilege and the honor of delivering you episodes week after week. We haven't missed an episode in 8 years, but we've just been adding more to those episodes that we haven't missed. So we've got Triviality minis.
Happy 8th anniversary.
Oh, is that today?
I think so.
Or no, I think it's May. Is it May 7th or 17th?
No, it's early in the month.
Oh, happy anniversary.
I think it's the 7th.
I didn't get you a gift, but I love you, and just be okay with that. But if you'd like to join us in celebrating the show, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. Help us continue to push out content to keep you content.
For your final round, we have the categories ceiling, which is a math question, walls, which is a contemporary books question, doors, which is a music/literature question, windows, which is a tech history question with 2 parts, and stairs, which is a sports question.
All right, the wagers are now in. Let's go ahead and get the questions and find out who will be today's cream of the crop.
All right, the number 1 question in the final, ceiling, which is a math question. What is the ceiling of the output when multiplying the first 2 digits of pi with the first 2 digits of Euler's constant? Euler himself may have shook his head at this question. Question number 2 is walls, contemporary books. What author celebrated his love of Wall Drug in his 1989 book, The Lost Continent, by saying, "It's an awful place. One of the world's worst tourist traps, but I loved it, and I won't have a word said against it," unquote. It was like opening his eyes to a whole new world. Question 3 in Doors, which is a music and literature question. Jim Morrison had the bright idea to take the name The Doors from Aldous Huxley's 1965 book, The Doors of Perception. This title, however, was burned from what English author, poet, and painter's 1793 book, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Unsure if that book had any weird spellings of large cats. None of these people were alive to see the 90s Colorado Rockies lineup. In Windows, tech history, 2 parts. In what year was Bill Gates preoccupied, didn't hit the wall, almost had it all, and released Microsoft Windows version 1 as the first graphical interface for MS-DOS. Though at the time it barely caught on and probably seemed pretty uncool compared to Wham and Van Halen. For the second part, I wonder if you know what city he founded Microsoft in 10 years later. And then finally, Stairs is sports. While not known as a regular position player, Matt Stairs is the MLB record holder for home runs in what scenario with 23, although he never did play for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, the Charlotte Stone Crabs, or the Jersey Shore Blue Claws.
All right, these are the questions, and we will be back and see who takes the game today.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back in Disney's Freakier Friday.
Yes, totally. Yes.
On August 8th.
We switched bodies. I didn't want to be a part of this family, and now I'm part of some dodgy family curse, and I'm the eldest.
The ultimate movie event of the summer arrives.
I think I just peed a little.
Disney's Freakier Friday, in theaters August 8th. Get tickets now.
Oh, this is cool. Let's do it.
Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
What does every USAA member have in common? Family. We're one big family who supports the military community and their eligible families. And if you, your parent, or spouse served, you could join our family and save big on auto insurance. Visit USAA.com/join today to check your eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
All right, well, it was a slugfest of a final round. We are back, and we have our approximate answers.
All right, so for your ceiling question in math, what was the ceiling of multiplying the first two digits of pi and first two digits of Euler's constant? Euler probably shook his head at this question.
We said Euler had something in common with DJ Khaled, so he shook his head at the prospect of the answer being 69.
Yeah, I don't know if we were on the right track or how this is anything, but we took pi and we multiplied it by E, which I think is Euler's number or something, and it's like 8.5. I don't know.
So Euler spoke Swiss German, so if he shook his head, he probably said 9. And the ceiling function rounds any decimal up to the nearest whole number, so multiplying the first two digits of pi, 3.1, and Euler's constant, 2.7, gives about 8.37, sealing that, and you land at 9. All right, in Wall's contemporary books, what author celebrated his love of Wall drug in The Lost Continent by saying it's an awful place, one of the world's worst tourist traps, but I loved it, and I won't have a word said against it. It was like opening his eyes to a whole new world.
I don't even know. No, we didn't even look at that last part of the clue, which feels like a clear Aladdin reference. So yeah, I just went with like an 80s sort of, I don't know, author, and we said Don DeLillo.
I'm so close, so far away. I don't know.
I think Neal had a good insight here. I wonder if we're right.
Yeah, I don't know if we are. I just know Bill Bryson writes a lot of like travel type books, so and he was around that time. So we said Bill Bryson.
Yeah, so Wall Drug, if you've ever driven through South Dakota or around it, it's a huge, like every single mile you'll say, hey, come here to Wall Drug and get free ice water. And who celebrated his love and a whole new world? That would be Peabo Bryson. So yeah, in The Lost Continent, Bill Bryson waxes nostalgic about Wall Drug, South Dakota's roadside fever dream of kitsch and free ice water. The place is famous for putting up thousands of billboards across the country and drawing millions of visitors a year.
Yeah, Ned didn't stop there on my way to Mount Rushmore. It seemed like too much of a tourist trap. So
you guys got that right?
Well, now we've got Buc-ee's.
I guess so. I just was a blind guess here. What was the Aladdin reference? Peabo?
Peabo Bryson sang the song.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, so in the category of Doors, music, and literature, Jim Morrison named the Doors after Aldous Huxley's book, The Doors of Perception. Where did Aldous Huxley steal the title The Doors of Perception from that has some relationship to the 90s Colorado Rockies lineup?
We weren't too sure. We thought maybe it was one of those horror story club stinky orgy people. So we said Percy Shelley.
Yeah, we were looking between. We thought the cat thing was maybe like T.S. Eliot, but we didn't think he was a painter or something. But Jeff said Blake, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure William Blake wrote that.
So we said Blake.
Yeah, Burning Tiger, Burning Bright is similar to the lineup of Larry Walker, Andre Galarraga, Vinny Castilla, and Ellis Burks, which would be the Blake Street Bombers. It is William Blake. All right, so in the category of Windows tech history, I'm looking for what year Bill Gates was preoccupied, didn't hit the wall, almost had it all, and released Microsoft Windows version 1. It barely caught on, probably seemed pretty uncool compared to Wham and Van Halen. For the second part, I wonder if you know what city he founded Microsoft in 10 years earlier.
I have no idea what is happening right now.
Have you never actually listened to 1985 by Boniface?
No, that's what it is.
19.
I try not to.
1985.
I honestly try not to.
Okay.
We said 83 and we said Seattle.
You basically heard the song. So.
What did the other team go
Yeah,
for
we
the
said
city?
1985, and I don't know if their headquarters is where they were founded, but we took a guess. We said Redwood. Redmond. Yeah. So yeah,
And I think we
it's
can
like
do
Seattle
like,
area.
half points, right?
No
for
half
1985?
points. They got to get it both
No
right.
half
All or nothing. All or nothing.
It doesn't matter because the other team
So,
still final points.
So I wonder. So what's a song that Stevie Wonder sang?
Sir Duke.
Sir Duke. What's the Duke
Superstitious.
City?
Oh.
Dude, what is happening right
I don't know.
The Duke City is exactly where I'm sitting. That is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You can actually go on Central past the zombies, and there is a stone in the street that you can read a plaque and then scurry out as quick as you can. And then finally, in the category of Stairs in sports, while not known as a regular position player, Matt Stairs is the MLB record holder for home runs in what scenario with 23, though he didn't play for any of those claw or crab themed teams.
All right, Josh, let's try to get some points back here.
Yeah, I think I actually do this one without the crab clue, which is kind of like I wish I had the rest of them, but pinch hit home runs.
Yeah, we were thinking of a different thing crabs do, which is they walk kind of goofy. So we thought maybe these were walk-off home runs.
That's a good guess, but yeah, Matt
That's a wrong
Stairs
guess, but thank you.
Matt Stairs hit 23 pinch hit home runs in his career, the most in MLB history. He played for 13 different teams that Matt was naming one by one up there, and had a thick Canadian accent and was built like a beer league softball legend. His most famous blast, a game-changing homer for the Phillies in the 2008 NLCS that helped launch them to a World Series title.
I did remember that one, yes. Nice.
All right. Well, that was certainly a final round. We had some fun along the way. And you guys got some questions right eventually. Coming in at 95 points is Lucille's Balls. But today's cream of the crop, and they have found their leading man meaty parts, whatever that was. 165 points. They're the cream of the crop.
Oh, yes. I am the cream of the crop.
Great job, guys. That was a hard-fought game. Josh, great being on a team with you. Sorry it wasn't the results that we were hoping for, but it was a pleasure walking this walking this road with you.
Ditto, Ken. It's been a lot of fun. Love doing it. And if anybody is looking out at some point, we're trying to come out with a podcast. It's going to be called Do You Know It? Jewish Trivia Podcast. So at some point later this summer.
Excellent. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we can't wait.
It's funny because my dog's name is Juno, so that fits
Oh,
perfectly.
that's fun.
And any final shout outs from you? Major Data.
Yeah,
Lieutenant Major Data.
Lieutenant Major Data.
Lieutenant Colonel Major Data.
Oh, Lieutenant Colonel. I'm sorry.
Colonel.
It's all good.
Forgive me.
It's just a few extra letters in there. It's fine as long as DFAS pays me appropriately. Call me whatever. But no, it was excellent. I think thank you guys and Josh and the crew. Thanks for kind of entertaining me with these kind of mind benders here. I actually got to play test today. So today on Kirtland Air Force Base, we had an exercise where they shut down all of the power, and they're like, "Hey guys, who constantly stare at your laptops and do work on your computers, like go figure out what to do." So I was able to play test in a room of about 15 people all of these questions,
awesome.
and that was awesome. And then additionally, I talked about him before, Matt Hoffberg. If you're ever in Albuquerque, this man is a wizard. He actually has a long storied career in radio broadcasting. He's a fabulous host, one of the best hosts that I've ever had the pleasure to play with. He runs Brain Gang Trivia. And actually in the end of May, on May 29th, I will host at a place called Craft Room that has really good Biscochito cider. So if you're ever in Albuquerque, hopefully this is a monthly thing, but if you want some, kind of tougher, but kind of, good brain twisting trivia, I'll be out there.
Wait, are you taking those little porpoises and you're putting them in the cider? That's not cool.
No, those are vaquitos, not biscochitos.
Man,
awesome. Well, our brains were certainly twisted today, and we had a great time. So thank you for bringing those excellent questions. We had so much fun. And lastly, gotta give a shout out to Airwave Media, our network. You find them at airwavemedia.com. Check out the shows Nature Nerds, Noodle Loaf, and how about The Red Line?
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us and all of our wonderful guests today. For Ken, Josh, Dave, Matt, and Jeff, my name is Neal, and we'll see you on another episode of Triviality from the Twisted Mind of Matthew Vaughn.
Hello, this is Matt from the Explorers Podcast. I want to invite you to join me on the voyages and journeys of the most famous explorers in the history of the world. These are the thrilling and captivating stories of Magellan, Shackleton, Lewis and Clark, and so many other famous and not so famous adventurers from throughout history. Go to explorerspodcast.com or just look us up on your podcast app. That's the Explorers Podcast.
What does Sputnik have to do with student loans? How did a set of trembling hands end the Soviet Union? How did inflation kill moon bases? And how did a former president decide to run for a second non-consecutive term? These are among the topics we deal with on the My History Can Beat Up Your Politics podcast. We tell stories of history that relate to today's news events. Give a listen. My History Can Beat Up Your Politics wherever you get podcasts.